everyone, it's Miss Karen. This is the second part of the letter S. So let's review some things. So first you got to put our name on here. Like I said, I'm Miss Karen. Every time you get a piece of paper, you should get in the habit of putting your name on it. That way the teacher knows whose it is. I need to get some of my pencils out of my box here. And I have you know, I've been using a lot of my pencils, and some of them are getting a little on the short side. Look at that. I've been using my pencils a lot. So that's good. Hopefully you guys have been learning some stuff. I've been working through all this stuff and working through our letters. And, learning some reading and putting some words together and maybe learning how to write and doing some numbers. Okay, so what are some things that start with the letter S? Okay, so the S goes up and around, whoop, and hooks around. And I broke my lead again. I think I'm getting close where I need to be done, because every pencil I pick up, it seems that I'm breaking the lead. Oop, and this one just will not sharpen. There's a little bit out. Okay, and then the lowercase s is just on the bottom half of the line. Okay, so what are some things that start with an S? What is this? Well, it kind of looks like maybe a snowflake. I don't know about you, but the day I'm doing this, the wind has been blowing a whole bunch, and it has definitely gotten colder outside, even though it is spring. I understand that there's supposed to be a possibility of some snow up in the higher elevations. And you know, in Nevada, we can expect snow anytime. So S is for a snowflake. What is this? Looks like maybe a snake. Okay, a slithery snake. If you see a snake in your yard or curled up under the deck or the steps somewhere, do not play with the snake. Don't let, your puppy dog get by the snake. Some snakes are poisonous. We don't want you to get bit. Certainly don't want the puppy dog to get bit. Can make them sick. Doesn't usually kill them, but it can definitely make them sick. Okay, so go get a grown-up if you ever see a snake. So what do we have? What else is for S? Looks like a snowman, huh? We won't color him. I colored his nose a little orange. And then we have our sun. Okay. I'm going to make an orange sun. To me, an orange sun is a little hotter than a yellow sun. Although, that could also kind of be like a spider web. But, because spider web starts with S, and so does spider. But we'll call it a sun. And then, what is this one? This is kind of hard, kind of funky to look at. If you ever need to fasten some wood together so it stays, you would put a screw in it. Screw starts with a letter S. Okay, so what else are we doing today? Oh, looks like we have a connect the dot. I think I'm going to do that with my highlighter today. So connect the dots. We need to find our number 1. This is a connect the dot with the number. So I see our number 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like it comes around. Looks like this one goes to about 27. So, we're going to count some high numbers today. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. What do we make there? Kind of looks like a squirrel. Should we make him a brown squirrel? So he's got a nut in his hand. His paws. This color is nut. Okay. And then, let's see, it's maybe color him a little bit lighter. on his backside. Okay, and just color his backside brown. So that's his tummy. I'm going to kind of leave his tummy about right there. Leave his tummy white. Okay. Just because there's no line doesn't mean you can't make a line. I mean, you're coloring, it's your imagination. Coloring is good for your imagination. It's good for some hand-eye coordination. Okay, let's color his ears, make them a little darker. And maybe just down here on his nose. Okay, and then maybe his feet might be a little bit darker brown. So see, coloring is, I'm just using one pencil, and I'm putting different weights, pressure on the pencil to bring out different shades or colors of the brown. Okay, and then let's see, we got a big puffy tail back here. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take 2 pencils and I'm not going to be able to see this good. Try left-handed. There! So there's our squirrel. And then he's on his little limb here. Give this limb a little color. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. He's getting his nuts. Collecting them for winter, although it's just spring, so maybe he's just come out and he's hungry. He's both eating and thinking about collecting, but not really collecting too much. Okay, so what is this? This is one of those color by numbers. Oh, I wonder what this is that is an S. Do we know? So we have blue, which is number 1. Our 2s are red, 3s are green, 4s are yellow, and 5s are brown. So let's start with our number 1s. Okay, so I put a little bit of color over all the 1s because I see there's like a group of them here. And then I'll go back and I'll just kind of color all of them because then I can move a little bit quicker. Everyone colors a little different. Some people will color each little section of numbers. But I kind of like when I see a whole bunch of numbers together to just color them a bit to identify them. So my brain sees them, my eyeballs see them. And then I can go back and just color a little faster, a little more efficiently. Let's slow down around, the lines. There's a different number up above here. Okay, so 1 is blue. Okay. And there are, I can see that this is probably water, and then that's probably sky. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use 2 different colors of blue so that we can see our water and our sky as being a little bit different. Does that sound okay? I think it sounds great. Okay, so this up here, and this through here, and this through here. Okay, all this looks like sky. So I'm still using blue. Okay, blue is number 1, but I made it a lighter blue. I changed pencils and grabbed my kind of sky blue color instead of that more kind of navy blue color. So we have to get over here. And this looks like a little flag. There. Okay, now number 2 is red. And now before my red broke. So I don't know how well I sharpen this. So where's a 2? Here's a 2. Okay, let's see. Here's a 2. And And as you color too, if some of you have been watching, you know, sometimes I just kind of scatter all over. Sometimes I color more intentionally, more with purpose. I may go more up and down so that all my color is like the same way. I may color kind of like in a circular motion. All that, especially if you're using pencils or crayon, gives the color, it's called a little bit different texture. And it makes your picture more interesting and smart looking. If you can apply the color with different techniques. So just putting the color on there differently. Okay, so I think I got the 2, so next is 3, which is green. And my green broke earlier too, so we'll see how this goes. Here's some green here. This must be grass or something, some bushes. So, and this is some green. Yeah, this must be grass and bushes. Let's see, here's a little bit of green over here. And then you got, oh, it's peeking through the sail. So you got a little patch of green there. Okay, and number 4 is yellow. There's my yellow. Any yellow coming out? Oh, there it goes. I only have yellow on one side of my pencil on this one, so I have to hold my pencil just right to get the yellow to come out. So this is looking like it's a sailboat. So, you know, a sailboat is obviously, oops, I forgot a 4. Something that starts with our letter S. And this looks like one of those fun little personal, maybe 1 or 2 seater sailboats that you could put out on like a small lake, like on Topaz Lake. I wouldn't want to put this up on Lake Tahoe. Too many big waves almost all the time for a little boat like that. See, and our last color, 5, is brown. Okay, so, oops, and I forgot another 4. Way up here. What is this funny looking thing? Looks like a rocket ship up here. I'll give you a minute to think about what this could be back here. I know where there's one of these up at Tahoe. Doesn't quite look like this, but it's still one of those. You know what it is? They're normally found by the ocean or the seas. And they're to let ships know that there might be something in the water that they need to be aware of so they don't run into it. Okay, these things up here, they're called lighthouses. Okay, and there is a place up at Lake Tahoe. It's over past Emerald Bay, but kind of that area. There is a lighthouse, and for whatever reason, the name of it is eluding me. But there's Emerald Bay at the lighthouse, and you can actually kind of walk to it from Emerald Bay. So some of your parents are watching. So we have Tahoe. We have Emerald Bay down here. We have the little tea house. Okay. And then there's, and then the road is up here. Down the road a little bit, there's a campground. Okay, I'll put a big C for camp. I'll just write it out. Okay, about maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles from Emerald Bay. Okay, there's a campground. And at this campground, you go down the bottom, there's a trail. And it goes down to this lighthouse that's up at Tahoe. And you can walk there from Emerald Bay. You have to walk down. You walk down here to the end. And then there's a trail that starts to go over. And it kind of comes and goes in and out the tree line. It goes up and down a little bit. Or you can walk down, park in this campground, and there's a really short trail. It's about, maybe 3/4 of a mile. It's almost all straight down, okay? And then it's like almost all straight up. But it's a nice little hike. It's really pretty. You got a gorgeous view of the lake. But it's out there because there's a bunch of rocks. Okay, and there's even a Coast Guard station up at Lake Tahoe. And they put a lighthouse there. And they used to actually keep a light in it because of those rocks off the shore the small boats and stuff would run into them. And there's a Rubicon Point. That's what it's called. Write this out, because I know some of you probably itching for trips. Okay, Rubicon Point up at Tahoe, the Rubicon Point Lighthouse. It's a great little hiking thing. If you go to the campground, if you got one of those all-terrain push strollers, because maybe you got a 2-year-old that, you know, his feet might get tired, you can get just almost down to it, and then you'd only have to walk like maybe that last 100 yards because the trail is pretty well beaten down. And it's an amazing place for pictures and just a great view over the lake. Take a picnic lunch, you walk down that, you know, 3/4 of a mile. So, Miss Karen's recommendation for a day trip, Rubicon Point. Okay, now what else do we have here? S is for sun. Got to put my name on my page. Okay, so it says circle the pictures that begin with the same sound as sun. So listen to the S. Sun. So we know, you know, S is for snake. S is for sun. So what are some of these pictures? So that's looks like a tree, huh? Tree. And then it would sound like a sun. Excuse me, this is a saw. Okay, so that certainly counts. Then we have a pineapple. Does that make a sound? No. What's this here? Ooh, lucky number 7. 7. That starts with an S for sure. And then we just colored this. What was this? It's a sailboat, so that starts with an S. And then we have our happy sun dude here, huh? Sun. Of course. We'll just color this whole sun, because he's kind of like a circle already to himself, huh? Our happy sun. Oh, I forgot this dude. What is this? It's a monkey. Does that make a S sound? Nah. And then, I bet some of you are sitting in one of these. It's a chair. Chair. Sun. Nope. Oh, and here's a girl. What is she doing? Let me hold this up so you can see a little better. Look at these. Okay. These are notes. She's singing. So does singing start, or song start with an S sound? Yeah. And then this is a seal. That makes that sound. And then here's a violin. Does that make a S sound? Nah. And then, oh, this looks tasty right here. Let me put a little color on this. Color this lettuce in the middle of this. What might this be? Looks like somebody's mom cut the crust off, maybe. It's a sandwich. I'm getting kind of hungry. Probably every time you guys watch these, you know, but every other one, I'm probably saying I'm getting hungry. So you could probably say I'm doing these sometime, probably around lunchtime, or getting close towards dinner, and tummy goes rumble. Okay, so that's our letter S for sun. I've got a craft. We're going to make a snake, so be sure you watch for that. And we did a few numbers today. So our next letter after S is what? The letter T. Okay, so that's it for letter S. You guys have fun. Go out and get a snack. I'm going to go get me a little bite to eat too.